Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that the head of the Gambino family caught Miguel and Koga as they were wanted. Then the mayor of Mint's village came in and fed lies to Albert that Noel stole the money he had saved to repay him. And additionally Noel trash talked about Albert and the Gambino family as well. Albert was a nut job, so he took the bait and took Koga under him as he was a fine swordsman and ordered him to kill Noel. Then, a close information broker of Noel sold him out to the Gambino family to keep his neck safe. But even after that betrayal, Noel lets Loki go away, and their Koga stepped in to kill Noel. Noel was a talker, but he stood his ground against Assaulta, yet sadly his stun ability had no effect on Koga. Noel was at a major disadvantage here and fell down the roof. So Koga got the last laugh as he got Noel for good, but he didn't finish him off, and Noel saw he's been a kid right now, a weakling when it comes to killing. And if he fails, Albert will kill him for failing his task. That's why Noel was ticked that he's trading his life for an enemy. But now, Alma has arrived to save Noel. Noel had contacted her using Link ability. And now Alma got the freedom to kill Koga. Both went toe-to-toe in fight, and Alma used her speed to attack. But Koga was also skilled, and used his inner instincts to increase his senses by closing the eyes. Noel was once again reminded that there is always a strong person in the world, which is why he wants to become the one who controls the strongest. The fight was then coming to peak, as both parties had decided to use their ultimate. So Noel stopped them in time, and decided to pull back. But before going away, he sent a message through Koga for Albert. Koga relays the message word for word that Noel intends to screw him up and challenges Albert to meet him. If he wants to fight, Albert took the bait. So he goes over to the Seeker's Tavern with his gang. That group had one A rank and a few B ranks, plus armed goons outside. Albert was on a high horse that he drunk the wine in front of him. And Noel knew he's a mad dog and provoked him with enough words to get him mad, knowing very well Albert won't be able to lay a finger on him because it's the Seeker's Tavern. It's a rule in here that no one could mess with a Seeker, and if someone does, all of the Seekers present would stand up for a fight, no matter who they are. Albert's men could deal with them, but the consequences would be too much because they already have their hands dirty with the drug business, so this fight could attract the attention of the crown. Noel begins to laugh at Albert for being an idiot, because the wine he drank earlier was poisoned. Noel had just taken the chance calculating Albert's actions when he arrives beforehand. And Albert did exactly as he predicted, so Albert rushed out to get to a doctor. But Leos knew Noel was just joking. There was no poison in the wine. He liked Noel, that's why he advised him to run away from the town as fast as he could. And Noel listened to him and goes away. Alma was impressed because things were going the way Noel said. So they parted ways and decided to meet again right here in a week to ruin Albert. And a week later, they confronted Albert as they had planned. Albert was on cloud 9 because now Noel has no protection from Seeker's Tavern, but Albert's men refused to listen to his order. Albert couldn't understand, so Noel enlightened him that his secret is out. Those guys saw how mercilessly Albert had killed a kid. It was monstrous. So everyone was ticked because their previous boss was a kind man, and that was the reason they had joined the group to follow him. There Noel also came in and saw this. So he revealed all of the truth to them. That Albert is not the biological son of their previous owner. It was true that her mother was in a relationship with their owner, but they had a breakup. And she married another man with whom she conceived Albert. The birth certificate clearly states this. But the lingering feelings of love must have still remained in the owner's heart for that woman. So he took her son in and made him the heir. More so, Loki even found that Albert had killed previous owner with a poison and named it accident. Even so, those guys were loyal to their boss and respected his wishes. So they gave a chance to Albert that he has to defeat Noel in a fight. Doing so, they'll accept him as boss, and he could even select a proxy for fight, anyone from their group. And Finn has came in to serve as a witness. Noel knew Finn was eager to mess with the Gambino family, so Noel made a deal of 50 million as a reward for taking out Albert. Now Albert had no choice since Finn got involved in this matter. So he chose Koga as his proxy for the fight, and Noel decided to finish the pending fight again as a support class seeker. Noel was taking a huge risk fighting a small class, but Noel was using his brains to keep on the fight. He knew close combat was off the table with Koga. Nonetheless, He took out his dagger for the fight, and Noel sacrificed his arm so that he could make Koga lose his sword even for a second, so that when he strike again, Noel planned to use his ice bullet in such a way that Koga hits that and becomes stuck in ice, giving him an opening to strike a kick at his heart to defeat him. So now Albert is done for, and Leos expressed his gratitude for freeing them from Albert, but Noel was usual and did not accept his gratitude. Then, afterwards, Alma was upset with him because Noel took the risk of fighting. They're supposed to be partners, and it's her job to fight, so Alma makes the guy promise to never make this ridiculous move again. But their Finn again came to the scene. He has some things to discuss in private, so Alma stepped out. Then Finn again invited Noel into his family and offers Gambino family's head position, but Noel again declined, which makes Finn take extreme measures. He's an A-rank Punisher himself, and has a skill that could extract his target's heart if someone rejects him 2 times. Yet Noel didn't give a shit even though Finn had his life on his hand. His mind was set to become the strongest seeker, and no one could come at his way and order him around. That madness makes Noel a menace, making even Finn flinch in fear, so he quickly undid his skill to go away. On the other hand, a stupid loser was begging for his life to Finn. It was even funny to watch 2 different people in the same situation. That's why Finocchio planned to feed Albert to his hungry pigs. Then the ownership of Koga was transferred to Noel, but Noel refused to take in a slave because he doesn't need a weak moron on his side, but a strong companion. That's why he set Koga free to let him do whatever he wants. With this freedom, got the will to decide for himself for the first time, and he chose to stand with Noel in order to see Noel become the strongest seeker. That's how Koga entered the Blue Beyond, with which they started taking abyss jobs. Noel guided the 2 throughout the battlefield, and with his guidance they completed the abyss quest, seeing that now Noel had enough people to form his own clan. Up until now they had to work for other clan independently, and forming their own clan will make them earn more money, and more sweetness came in as a sign of Noel's level-up mark on his hand. So that brings him 1 step closer to his dream. But this is where our episode 7 and 8 ends. Yet stay tuned to watch more of its episode on my channel. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.